Hello, welcome to my second game design project. For this project I created a sample 3D shooter. So around this map that I created you have these various weapons that you can find in the world. If I try to select a weapon at first, a sound effect will play because I don't have them. When I walk over it, I pick up that weapon. So when I press 1, I select the deagle, and because I have ammo in my magazine, I can shoot it. And then this will do a simple raycast, and you can see that these aren't perfectly aligned, and this is because all the weapons have a slight amount of inaccuracy. Then in the bottom right corner you can see that I have my magazine and total ammo displayed. So now if I hit reload, it will take the bullets out of my total ammo stack and then add them to the magazine. Over here we have a door, and if I hit this button, this will begin opening the door, and then we can also hit the button again to start closing it. And also for debugging, I made sure that if you try to hit the button whilst the door is moving, it won't do anything. So yeah, you can see that I can't break it. We have basic enemies that you can. Each one has a 50% chance to drop a medkit, like in this case. So if you're low on health, you're able to pick it up. As you can see, when an enemy touches you, he will deal damage, and that's actually reflected in the health bar. When I walk over a medkit, it will heal me a certain amount. The second weapon that we also have is a shotgun. So instead of functioning like the deagle, the shotgun will fire multiple pellets at once. We need to be close for it to be effective. And also the shotgun is different because when I reload it, instead of reloading the whole magazine, I will reload each pellet individually. So if I press R, you can see how my ammo count increments over time instead of at once. And also if I shoot, you can hear how my character cocks the shotgun back after every shot. However, if I get it down to the last shot, you can hear that my character doesn't do this because technically there's nothing to load into the barrel. However, if I then reload from there, once it reaches the end, my character will then cock it because now there's actually ammo in the gun. So this offers a variety of weapons for the player and a certain sense of immersion. You probably can't hear this, but there are actually hit and death sounds for the enemies. Now this is the third weapon that I have. It's just a basic automatic rifle. If I hold down the trigger, it will fire multiple shots, and I can also reload it like any other weapon. So kill these guys over here. So over here we have a small obstacle course that I can cross in order to get the rocket launcher. I don't fail it. So this, along with the enemies, would provide the player with various types of challenges if you want to get the best weapon that there is. Now, instead of doing a recast, this one will instead create a sphere of destruction. So if I shoot it here, it will just kill everybody in there, and I can also reload it. Also, I can freely just switch between all the weapons that I currently have. And for the final type of challenge that the player can encounter is in a dark space. You are also armed with a flashlight. So this is to help you illuminate yourself in dark places. So that's it for the levels. Now I want to show off what kind of logic I have implemented, so you can look at this in detail. But for the door, it's simple. We have a custom event called when the button is pressed, and then we play a timeline to open and close it. Then for the character, we have this logic that allows us to switch between various weapons. These various weapons are all stored in an enumerator. The shooting, it's pretty straightforward for everything. Over here we also generate random variables to implement inaccuracy. However, for the rocket launcher, we will instead spawn a rocket which will travel forward and explodes when it hits something. For the shotgun, we will go through a loop and shoot multiple times, and for the rifle we will fire continuously whilst the trigger is held. Then for the reloading is basically the same for every weapon apart from the shotgun, where instead we have these two recursive functions, and these functions will essentially cool each other one after another if the player can still reload their weapon. And then when either the magazine is full or you're out of ammo, we will then just terminate. So that's the reloading logic. Now I can go back to the graph. So that's it for weapons. So HUD element, we render the HUD. We have a basic flashlight setup that just toggles visibility and plays a sound effect. Basic health clamp. This is the interaction where we just raycast when we press E and then look at everything that we come to contact with. And yeah, that's basically all of this logic. We also have a very basic enemy setup with a blueprint interface which will follow the player and also allows the enemy to be damaged. So that's basically it. I greatly enjoyed making this and learned a lot.